I'm gonna do. Oh! Alright, so it is Saturday morning. We're going to start getting everything together for the makeup stuff. First thing I'm going to do is take a bunch of toilet paper, get it into squares, and just kind of rip it into little sections here. Try to get rid of straight edges. You guys have probably seen this before, but yeah, same technique. We'll be using this with our latex. So I'm going to get a bunch of things sort of like this prepared, and we'll come back. Next, we're going to start putting the liquid latex first coating on wherever the damage is going to be, so we'll get that started here. Then we'll actually take our tissue paper and stick it right to the latex and paint it on. Alright, so as you can see, we've got it laid on pretty well. Got this all, and it's fairly dry to the touch. The stuff on my arm is still pretty fresh, but we're literally going to start taking and just tearing away at it a little bit. Something along these kind of lines. Leaving little chunkies if they come up. Not sure if you guys can see it. I'm trying to look in the mirror while I'm doing this. So you don't even have to necessarily tear. You just kind of lump it up together. And then we'll go back in with some more and stick it all back down, because as you can see, it's kind of starting to loosen up. We want to get in there with a brush and make sure that it's still tight to the skin where we want it to be. And some of the chunks that you pulled out, stuff like this, you can stick back on if you want. I think I'll put some down near the belt line here, so I can get them to stick. Just to add a little extra nastiness. We'll do the same with the arm now. About something like that, I think. So when I stand up, you can see that it looks like the heat came up, got up on my arm and whatnot, made it all nasty. I think that's what we're going for. We'll do makeup on that next. I think I'm probably going to put a bullet hole or something on this other arm, but I need to shave some spot on my arm, so we'll do that right now. Alright, so for bullet holes, we're going to use cotton. It's going to be basically the same thing. Then I'm going to do the exit on this part of my arm. So we just first paint the area. I think it probably goes without saying, if you're allergic to latex, don't use liquid latex. Now this cotton ball, I've ripped one in half, but it's going to shrink down quite a bit. But what I'm trying to do is just get something about like that. I'm going to stick it on here. And then use our brush. As you can see, once it gets wet, it will start shrinking down in size. Something about like that. If you want to, you can use some paper like this to fade out the edges if you get a clump sort of like that one. Just put it on there and paint it out. A lot of makeup will be used to do a lot of blending, but you can use this to just make it a bit nasty like that. But there's one exit hole. Now for the entry wounds, we're going to do the same thing, just with a lot less cotton. Alright, so you can see where I've shaved my arm right here. Right on the other side of that is where that bullet hole will be. So I've got, as you can see, a much smaller piece of cotton, and we're just going to do the exact same thing. I think that's about it. I'm going to do that. You can see the exit wound. They're lined up pretty well, as if I have my hand up like this for a shot. Anyways, I just need to do one on the neck right here, and then we're gonna move the makeup. So here we go. All right, I think that'll work. We'll let it dry, and we will be moving to makeup. So for the initial color on the stuff on my side, I'm gonna use actual paint. Yeah, these are the same paints I use for painting the sculptures, but let's see what we can do.
I don't need it.
Something about like that. We'll gross it up with some fake blood. Do the arm now. Got something like that. I think we're done with the makeup. Well, at least for the prosthetics. I'm gonna do some makeup on my face. I'm gonna put my contacts in first, and then yeah, we'll be just about good to go. So for my face, it's actually gonna be fairly low key. Like I said, I want to be a fairly fresh zombie, so I'm not gonna have a bunch of rotting flesh and stuff. It's just gonna be like some red around the eyes, some discoloration and stuff. But let's see what we can do. Do some around the nose as well. Darken up the top of the eyelids with some purple. I think that ought to do it. Nice and subtle. Maybe we'll do some little veins or something. We'll be right back. Actually, we can use this guy right here. Just gonna get some blue, load it up. Not that much. Let's go from here. That's gonna do it. What do you guys think? I think it looks pretty good. Let's go. Alright guys, this is pretty much the look. As you can see, the side is all nice and cooked. Same with the arm, if we get the arm up in there. But, and then the booty. You can see the back. It still looks all wet. Of course it's dry, as I've mentioned a few times. But my wife wants me to go pick up a carton of milk, so we're going to go shopping. And we'll take you with us. We'll go do some shopping.
Rob, it says you're on another call.
Alright, so we got our milk, we got creamer for the wife, and then some canned goods. Need a couple cans for for eating, and then one for donating to the Denver Zombie Crawl. They do a donation. Everybody's supposed to bring a canned good to this thing, so that's what we're gonna do. All right, guys, we're all juiced up. Let's go to the Zombie Crawl.